You're listening to the Radcast, a top 25 worldwide business podcast. If it's radical, we cover it. Here's your host, Ryan Alford.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the latest edition of the Radcast. It's Friday, July 28th, 2023. Our weekly marketing and business news of the week on your number one business and marketing Apple podcast in the U.S. My good friend Chris Hansen's joining us today. What's up, Chris?
Happy Friday. How we doing?
We're good. We hit number one on the charts, my friend, the last weekend, and we are the number one marketing and business show on Apple. Thank you very much.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Hats off to you, sir.
Hey, it's all a team effort. I can't do it without everybody else. I'm just,
That's right.
I just am lucky enough to show up and blab about something. No. People must be digging. Over 700,000 downloads in July. It's hard to believe. It's a big number.
It's a lot of people.
A lot of
people
peeps.
getting educated.
We appreciate you wherever, however, whenever you're listening. You could be listening in the year 2025, and you'd be listening about the news from this week, but you don't know. You never know, but we appreciate you wherever you are. And, you know, you can't just kick off any episode without a little Twitter and Elon Musk discussion. You know, they've officially changed to the X logo, even though it sounds like old Facebook might have the trademark on X or something. Zuckerberg came out and said that. I don't know if there's truth to that, but
did he really? I didn't know that.
He said he had like some kind of trademark on it. I thought he was just trolling them. Who knows? Those guys need to truly fight it out UFC style.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
They've changed its iconic bird logo to X after Elon Musk announced the change over the weekend. The change is already live on the website, and X.com now redirects to Twitter.com. X.com. It's kind of badass, though, owning X.com, you know?
Yeah. I wonder what that domain name costs.
Yeah. Hopefully he bought it originally, you know?
He's like, I bought it for $12.99 in 2002.
Yeah. I want to own XYZ.com.
That'd be a good one.
Examine your zipper.
It's definitely taken.
Yes, definitely is. The social network might not stop at just replacing the logo. Musk hinted that people should refer to tweets as X's.
That's odd. Yeah. That's a big ask.
I know. It's like we're going to suddenly call Google T. Right. I'm going to go T something. You know, like, no, you're going to go Google it. It's like that's hard to get out of the vernacular.
Yeah.
So they will have features centered in audio, video messaging, payment making it a global marketplace for ideas, goods, services, and opportunities. That's according to CEO Linda Yaccarino. So,
sounds like he's combining a little bit of his old PayPal with Twitter.
Yeah. Bringing it all together.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting how it plays out. In a way, if he kind of gets out of the way and starts doing stupid shit, and I respect the hell out of Elon. No, you're wrong. He's brilliant. But he's just done a little bit of just like over the top shit that just kind of unnecessary. If he lets a CEO like truly run the company, the rebrand might not be the worst thing that could happen. If he kind of draws a line in the sand, gets out of the way, lets it kind of become its own thing. All right, I can sort of get behind it. There's a lot of equity built in Twitter, but
yeah,
he's got enough money to rebrand it and enough reach to sort of make it a quick grab, but may not be the worst thing if there's becoming a negative association with Twitter. But you don't,
right.
But he needs to get out of the way and not poison X before it even gets off the ground. So
I agree. I do think there was a negative taste in people's mouths definitely the last 2 years. So, I mean, look, Facebook did the transition to Meta. And
and people still call it Facebook.
Right.
So it's like, I'm like, okay, you do whatever you want to do, but people still call. It's so funny. I'll be talking, like I'll go on someone else's podcast, and I'm coming on as like the expert and stuff, and I'm like, and I'll catch myself. I'll say Meta, and I'm like, Facebook. Like I'm like, right, I'm adding my like undertone like asterisk because you people don't give a shit, but they do.
It's like wearing a polo. Like Polo was the brand, but now it's like a short sleeve collared shirt. It's a polo shirt.
Yeah. Can I get the button down knit shirt, please? You mean the polo? Oh yeah, fuck. It's the polo.
The one with the collars up here and the buttons.
Yeah, you're trying to describe it. So, the social platform that you get on, and your parents are on there, and they've got a good marketplace, and it's a good place to, share images of your kids. It's called Meta. What? What are you talking about? It's Facebook. It's Facebook, damn it.
The weirdest part of the X transition is changing the heart emoji to an X.
Yeah.
It's like, isn't this something I'm supposed to be liking? Now I'm putting an X.
I think we can start a whole meme about this. Feels like meme territory. Like
I imagine the meme world's pumping with it. I just haven't seen it yet, but I have to imagine there's some good ones out there.
Like instead of like insert like the stupidest thing ever, and it's like what it was, what it is, and then there's an X. Like everything stupid in the world is memed as X. I don't know. Anyway, you don't want to go there, and I don't want Elon Musk suing me, so don't ever do that. But it's gonna be interesting if people actually stop calling it Twitter. Yeah, Facebook would be a good marker that it's going to be difficult. Because, I mean, how often do you say Facebook versus Meta?
I never say Meta.
Yeah, and the metaverse is kind of,
Unless I feel like I'm like, hey, I'm having an issue, and it's like email someone at Meta, But other than that, it's like.
Yeah. At Meta. I don't know.
That's even an odd name.
It's been a lot of money on these things, so they care about it. But I'm not sure people will unless they make their logo really cool, like an X-Men. They should have the X-Men promote it.
I mean, he's got SpaceX, so there's something with the X.
Yeah, his kid's name's X. He loves X.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like his letter. He probably knows something we don't. But I'll tell you,
more to that.
There's more to Skittles too now. It's called a mustard flavored Skittle coming out now in support of National Mustard Day, which is on August 5th. One short week away, folks. You got to be ready. You got to get that French's Skittle flavor, mustard flavor. Oh.
Like, are they selling full-on bags, like regular size bags, of just mustard flavored Skittles?
Let me read you the article here, Chris. Skittles don't generally strive to be this tangy, but in anticipation of National Mustard Day on August 5th, the famous American candy is taking a risk. French's has partnered with Skittles to give mustard lovers all over the country a new mustard Skittle flavor and a chance to win a free fun size packet through these pop-ups and an online sweepstakes while supplies last. So you can't even buy it. You got to get it through an online sweepstakes, or they have some pop-ups. So I guess we're giving them away.
So it tells me they did a limited run because they probably thought it wasn't going to be a real big.
It's called PR. All these things are.
Great marketing technique. When's ketchup coming out? Are they going to do a ketchup flavor?
Yes. Ketchup flavored Skittles. The Heinz 57 Skittles. Now that'd be something.
I would like that. I love some 57.
Some 57 sauce?
Yeah.
Better than A1 or Heinz 57?
That's a 50-50. It
Ooh.
just depends on my mood.
Yeah. I haven't, it's been a while because I like to eat steak that I don't need the steak sauce on anymore now.
Right.
But occasionally I'll end up at a steakhouse that's not really a steakhouse.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about. Quincy's.
Yep, I do.
It used to be Ryan's Steakhouse here in this house. Not me, but someone else. Ryan's Family Steakhouse. But nonetheless, back on topic here. Mustard flavored Skittles. This is all PR. It's mustard. It's Mustard Day, National Mustard Day. So how can they get as much attention? It's called borrowed interest. It's in the Ryan Alford expansion of reach and frequency playbook, borrowed interest. And it's not a bad play. But I don't know that I'm craving a mustard Skittle.
I love mustard, but that's not in a Skittle.
You know what's super underrated? Hot mustard sauce from McDonald's.
Never had it.
That is a really good.
Now.
That's an extra good sauce. Speaking of mustard, on National Mustard Day, I might have some chicken nuggets with the hot mustard sauce.
Dude, you're selling me on a trip to Mickey D's this afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Against my better judgment.
So guess what? Guess what though? If you like hot mustard, if you like where I'm going with this, there's a Dorito now. Hot mustard Doritos. Doritos is getting on the Oreo train. Multiple flavors. It used to be only nacho cheese for 50 years or however long, and then Cool Ranch really broke the trend like 20 years ago. And then now you get the extra Cool Ranch and spicy nacho, and then
sweet
the
chili.
The sweet chilies. That's purple bag is where it's at. Let me tell you, that is a guaranteed full bag gone. Like, yes. And don't give me no snack size of that. Like, that's like 3 chips. I need like 30 or 40 chips.
Yes,
full bag in it on the purple. Those are addictive. But now they have a hot mustard one. I have some at home. I have not opened yet. Sawyer, our producer, is giving some nods of yes. I'm gonna go eat one tonight for sure. So eat your heart out. That's a lucky strike extra on the Radcast. We didn't even plan to bring up Doritos flavors increasing, but on National Mustard Day, which will be the next episode we record, so maybe we'll bring this back up. We'll see how this PR play goes. That's all this is, folks. When you have a national day that's part of what your core brand product is, you partner with someone else and you make it more interesting so that you can run articles like this so that more people like the Radcast talk about it. See, it's working.
Why didn't we do a mustard flavored gummy? We can capitalize on it.
I know, we should have. Can we just do Kiwi Day instead and keep it in the fruit bag? We already have those. We don't have to reproduce them. We should look up for Vaycay all the fruit days, like National Pomegranate Day. Like, what are those out there? See, we need to get on that.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Special note to that. Speaking of Vaycay, I've been having a little tennis elbow. I've been telling everyone about it because I'm a baby. And when I have pain, I tell people it hurts. That's how most men are.
It's a fact.
I'm like, my elbow's really hurting, honey. She's like, well, rub some of your stuff on it. Well, you know what? I rubbed some of my stuff on it. RollOffThePain.com. Get your Vaycay roll off. I'm telling you, this is not icy hot. Shaq, eat your heart out. This stuff actually works. You have the cooling effect, and then it actually has some healing properties. The CBD soaks in. It cured my wrist. It's got to go to work on the tennis elbow, and it will, because I rubbed it on right before the show, and it's actually not bothering while I'm sitting here, and I'm kind of enjoying it, so I can make it through without crying.
We like that.
Yes.
We don't want any tears.
No tears. RollOffThePain.com. It takes you straight to our landing pages, gives you all the benefits, all the ingredients of the roll-on, and the quick and easy order link. And guess what, folks? We're about to have free 2-day shipping on this product, and it's got a money-back guarantee. You can't do better than that. Let me tell you, this stuff really works. I don't talk about it unless it works, and it works on me. And every person I've given it to has been like, whoa, holy shit. Like, this is actually cooling on my arm. And then like an hour later, like, it doesn't hurt. I'm like, that's what it is.
I know. You're like, yes, it actually does work.
I know. That's like, I think people are so skeptical now. You're like,
yeah,
these products really work. I don't know. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to order. I'm going to get it home. I can't steal it in the grocery store and like try it like people do, you do it. Everybody's going, oh, people do that. You do it. You know what I'm talking about. And so you don't have to do that. We're telling you, you get your money back guarantee, free 2-day shipping, and you get the roll on that actually works and heals and knocks out the pain so that you can actually do things and not whine about them like me. You can learn about all the products at Take a Vaycay, Vaycay, the only way to spell Vaycay. If you're watching the video, you can see my hat. This is how you Vaycay, Vaycay. TakeAVaycay.com for all our product lineups. Chris and I are the founders of the company. We're fully transparent on that. And look, we wouldn't talk about it if it didn't work. We stand behind it. And if you're watching the video, you can even see some of the gummy products we're just talking about. Kiwi, I actually have my favorite product, the the Delta 8 15 milligram low dosage. I'm telling you, folks, there's a big stigma on cannabis that shouldn't be there. And we're breaking all the walls down on plant-based wellness at takeavacay.com. You can also listen to the Vaycay podcast. Our website will be live by the time this goes up, thevaycaypodcast.com. All of our episodes will be there. We're already in the 6th episode. We're crushing it over there. Chris and I are having a great time bringing guests on, talking all things wellness. I know you've been enjoying it, Chris.
I love it. Got some great people, great information. I know I've had great feedback from all of my inner circle that's been listening. So yeah, I'm pumped and I'm excited to keep pumping the good info out there for people.
Yep. And we appreciate it. 6 episodes in, we're already the top 200 in wellness podcasts. So keep listening. Tell your friends about it. If you enjoy the Radcast, you'll enjoy that. And we do get into more of the overall business of wellness and bringing you alternative wellness techniques, our opinions, and then, of course, obviously the experts that we're bringing in are off the chain. We had a DNA expert, Kashif Khan, last week. Then this week we had our cannabis specialist, who's the Canna Mom. We'll just leave it at that. You need to go look up the Vaycay podcast, VAYCAY.com, and you will find it in all the episodes. So check that out. Speaking of podcasts, I hope you saw this week's episode with Jeff Dudan, the CEO of Homefront Brands. He was on Undercover Boss, and he is a badass franchise. I just call him the franchise now. He's like, I just created a moniker. Who would move? That. The franchise. Yeah, the franchise. I got to come up with a name for you, Chris. I'm going to call Jeff the franchise. Be like,
that is your specialty. I'm excited what you come up with.
Everybody's got to have a name,
I'll never need a wrestling name.
Yes, a wrestling name. The WWE should hire me to name their wrestlers. But Jeff Dudan was great. Hope you check that out. And then next week, Matt Cezar, former Cubs world champion from the 2016 team. Matt is awesome, and he's a badass artist. Let me tell you, he might be a better artist than he was a baseball player, and he was a pro baseball player. Amazing artist, doing all kinds of work now. Really great story about how he helped a Czech girl with bone marrow transplant in 2010, and how he's gotten really behind that cause, and just education about bone marrow donations and things like that. He's just a great guy, like a down-to-earth, all-American guy. And you'll really enjoy that episode. It was one of my favorite episodes of the last couple of years, just how real it was, like two dudes talking. And we did talk business and the business of baseball and certain other things. So there definitely crossed a lot of lines, pun intended, in that episode. So check it out next week. Matt Cezar, former Cubs. I guess he's always a World Series champion. They can't take that away from you.
Never.
Next week. So in some social media news, in the Me Too category of the week, TikTok is adding support for text posts. I know we were waiting with bated breath for this, Chris.
I've been waiting for them to roll this out. Just on the edge of my seat, brother.
Yeah, I can't wait till the video platform allows me to text some more people.
I mean, is this essentially a spinoff of Twitter and Threads? This is TikTok's add-on,
Yeah, I would say with all the things that's happening with Threads, to Me Too, they announced the addition of text posts to its platform as a way to give users more ways to express themselves. The new content option will allow creators to share their stories, poems, lyrics, and other written content in an interactive and dynamic way. I'm thinking about all the poems I'm going to write on there.
A little haiku.
Haiku.
Was that like 323? I forgot what the organization of haikus were, but
yes. TikTok. Don't let my threads stock. Oh, I can go on and on.
I love it.
It used to be Twitter. Now it's catty litter.
I'm interested to see if this has any effect on their numbers or how this is going to be utilized. But I'm sure people will make use of it. The TikTok loyalists will definitely capitalize on it.
Yeah, somebody will find a way to monetize it in some way or annoy the hell out of me with it when I get on there. And I get in the vortex occasionally. I call it the vortex. The TikTok rabbit hole, vortex, whatever you're going to call.
Right.
I'll get kind of lost into it. Like it'll pull me in, like I open it and I'm like, oh, 20 minutes later, I'm like, shit, where did that 20 minutes go? I'm like, I probably swipe through 400 videos to watch one, but you get in that vortex. I've never watched 3 seconds of 400 videos, like that's 20 minutes, probably something like that. It sucks you in. It does suck you in. And,
that's why I avoid it.
I know. Yeah, but people are loving that shit though.
I'm more of a YouTube Shorts kind of guy. That's what sucks me in the most.
My kids love YouTube Shorts. That's something they can actually get into because it doesn't require them to be like logged in, and they can't have like weirdos chasing them. So,
That's always a good thing.
I'm old enough to get on there. And if you like YouTube, you can watch the full episodes of both the Radcast and the Vaycay podcast. So check those out. We need our numbers to get up on YouTube. So come on, support us. Shameless plugs here on the Radcast. That's what happens when you get Chris and I on the same episode.
Yeah.
WhatsApp expands its channels feature for broadcasting to 7 more countries. WhatsApp has expanded its channels features to 7 additional countries: Egypt, Chile, and several others that should not be named. Channels is a one-way conversation tool that allows admins to send text, photos, and videos to followers. Last month, the same feature was made available for Instagram users globally. And earlier this month, WhatsApp launched a standalone app for Wear OS. So, do you use WhatsApp?
I do. It's usually like my family over in Europe and all my international friends are definitely more WhatsApp.
All my international friends. So we have workers, employees over internationally that work, and then I have friends in Europe and Asia and different places. WhatsApp is like the app over there for any type of messaging.
I like it. I mean, I think honestly, I think almost the service is better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it sends more consistently if my service is kind of weak.
Well, I think what happens in the U.S. is we get in this back and forth between iOS and iMessage, and if someone's on Android, it's being sent as a text message. Oh, you go from the blue to the green or whatever, and you're like, shit, did they get that? Like, I don't know, I'm not sure if that went through.
I hate every time I go up and down my building, it goes to green, and I'm at the point I'm like, I'm not even going to send this because did they get it? Did they not?
Yeah, I don't. It would be nice to have standardization, and I don't really want to see the differentiation of iMessage versus Android because then it just makes me question if it went through. I'd rather it just be one experience, And that
would be ideal.
Yeah, and I mean, let's come on, like with text messaging these days, they've made it to where you can iMessage, you can edit for like a few minutes after you send it or delete it like the first time, which is nice. But I'll tell you what, they could just make it where you could schedule. And somebody's going to go, well, you can do it in the automations. Yeah, you can do it. It's convoluted as hell. But you can't schedule a text message. Sometimes I want to send somebody something, but I don't really want to bug them right at the moment. I just want to get it knocked out. And I know there's apps for this, but they should have it built in.
The amount of times I think of something at 11 or 12 at night that I like even just send to you, and I'm like, I know he's asleep or he's with the family. And I basically write it down, but I'm like, if I could schedule this to send at 7 a.m., it would definitely be.
Yes, exactly. So build that into the app. I don't know why they haven't built it. And there are apps you can download and pay for, but it's in a convoluted. You're not using the base app, and it gets into more issues. So you can do that. I will say, but how much marketing do you get on this? How many SMSs now are you getting like marketed on? Are you getting a lot?
Yeah.
Seeing the pickup?
Yeah.
I will say from a marketing standpoint, they say that 80% of text message marketing messages are read. Like sometimes email, like a higher, read rate's like 5 or 10%. But on text messages, it's like 80%.
Oh, definitely. And it's funny because I'm at the point now where I'm actually writing like stop, like all these companies, because now even when you opt in, say you're buying a shirt, 15% off, they make you opt into the text messaging to get the promo code. And then I just got used to them popping up every day. And then now recently I'm like, how about I just write stop?
I wrote that to my mom. I wrote stop and she didn't stop.
You have been unsubscribed from your mother.
Like I put unsubscribe stop and she still kept sending. I'm like, Mom. No, I actually did. Like I thought I was writing back to one of those that was like the message before. And I wrote back stop. My mom's like, why are you stop what, son? I'm like, oh, never, just ignore that, Mom. I thought you were,
Not you, Mom.
I thought you were Circuit City or something, which I think's out of business.
Circuit City, that's a throwback. There, bro. I haven't heard that in a long time. I miss that place.
I like Circuit City, man. The red and the black,
Circuit City and Radio Shack.
Both gone, relics of today. Yeah. Best Buy made it through though, somehow.
Circuit City, I think either one of those, they missed out on the whole podcast wave. I feel like all that equipment they sold now is popping.
Exactly. All those microphones that were crappy, but you're like, why do I need a microphone in 1988 or 92 or whenever it was? I don't know.
Karaoke, bro.
Well, there are some social media holidays we don't want you to miss. July 30th, which is Sunday, is International Friendship Day. Chris, I'm gonna go ahead and wish you if I forget,
an
early International Friendship Day. Wish you the best. And the 31st, Monday, National Avocado Day. You're gonna see some avocados in Mexico commercials like crazy. Just go ahead and prepare for it. So coming up.
Is there going to be a discount on guac?
Yeah.
Big question.
I'll have to celebrate with some guacamole this weekend in advance of Avocado Day. And then August 1st, World Wide Web Day, also known as Internet Day. That's next week, folks. I think I'll surf the internet in a celebration of it.
Just hop on the browser for old time's sake. Type it in manually.
Yeah, we'll get on Internet Explorer just for the hell of it.
Oh my God. Netscape.
Oh God. See how slow any standard website is on Netscape right now.
God. Is that still even live? It probably is.
We should I'm going to get the video editors to be putting like one of those signs. What is the sign like when you're waiting? Like one of the old ones, like the hourglass.
Oh yeah.
Joel, if you catch this part of the episode, definitely put it on hourglass upside down. For sure. Waiting. God, remember how much long you had to wait? Like how spoiled we've gotten now versus like what it used to be. Like waiting for a browser to load.
10 minutes.
You kids don't know what it was like.
It's a different time.
A different time. Yes. But now the world is all on the web. And the irony is I own a digital marketing agency and I desperately want to drop like digital because now everything's digital. But people inevitably go, "Are you a digital agency? Do you understand digital?" I'm like, yeah, we are. We do. Like, if you don't, you probably aren't in business as an agency now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But happy World Wide Web Day next week, August 1st. I thought this was fun. Natural Light and Sperry. You ever heard of a pair of Sperry's? Sperry boat shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Turning boat shoes into sea-ready beer holders. Natural Light has struck a partnership with Sperry to upcycle old boat shoes. Upcycle. I've never heard of that. You're not recycling them, you're upcycling them. That's a good marketing term there.
It's funny you say that. I literally was at a fashion show Saturday night, and there was a whole designer doing upcycling, taking secondhand clothes,
making them better,
new. Yeah, and it get a whole display on explaining what upcycling was, and I was like, all right, interesting.
Smells like Updog to me.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say, "What's up, dog?"
Smells like thrift store.
What's up, cycle?
What's up, dog?
Upcycle old boat shoes into novelty beer holders, according to a press release dubbed the Bruzy. The product is intended to keep beer cold and upright during boating season. All right.
I'd like to see I'd like to see what it looks like. I'm curious. Like a leather koozie.
Yeah, I guess. Consumers for a limited time. What does it smell bad though? Like it's an old shoe putting it to your mouth.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to kill the campaign before it starts.
It sounds like what they're taking a customer's pair of shoes. I guess it's your shoes, right? But I would assume there's some sterilization process, I would hope.
I guess consumers for a limited time can comment on Natural Light's Instagram for the chance to be one of 165 people chosen to ship off their boat shoes to be reconfigured into the boat-friendly drinking accessory. So you send off your own shoes. Winners will also be offered a 30% discount from Sperry for a pair of shoes. The effort sees both Natural Light and Sperry bringing an additional layer of purpose to traditional novelty marketing plays. Novelty marketing. That's what a lot of the show is. Like, let's be honest. That's what we're talking about. And Araya is following a brand refresh from Natural Light earlier this year. They introduced new packaging and an Act Natural tagline. So they're acting natural. Everything's natural. We're nature. We're going back to upcycling the Sperry shoes. So I love it. It's fun. I mean, it's fun. It's a little weird thinking about. I gotta.
It sounds weirder now that you brought up the whole like dirty foot thing, but then I feel like I see these videos on like Barstool of like, you know, people chugging beers out of their like boots, and I'm like,
that's where I was gonna go. So my stepdad graduated from Citadel. Jerry, if you're listening, what's up? So the Citadel men have quite a few strange things, and I'm pretty sure this is tied to the Citadel. If it's not, I'll get hate mail from the Citadel. But my brother, my stepbrother, also graduated from the Citadel. It's a very difficult task, and I'm very proud of them for doing it. I probably would never have made it, but I'll say this: this was like we were at a party, and old Jerry had a few. This is probably like 10 years ago. Pretty hammered, and he had on some boat shoes, or like some loafers, and some of my friends were over. And this is I was a little younger, and my friends were a little younger and dumber and very drunk, and proceeded to have beers out of his loafer. They took right off his shoe.
So this is like a Citadel tradition.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was like something to do with something they did. I guess I'm like, okay, y'all are drinking. I did not partake in that. I didn't want that fresh foot right in the beer.
That was a spectator sport for you.
Yeah, spectator. I was, yeah.
You didn't feel like taking off your sneakers?
No. I would have someone to drink after mine. It was fine. I just was not drinking out in his, and so they proceeded to enjoy that, and it made me think of that here as we're thinking about the Sperry's being converted to beer boats.
Maybe they're on something.
Yeah, they might be on something. So Natural Light and Sperry, hats off to you. And you know what, my friend? I think we're going to end it right there. I mean, there was a couple more articles on our list, but I don't think anything can top that one.
No, I think that's the winner for me.
Any final words, Chris?
Submit for your Sperry's. Send them in.
You only got 165 spots.
Go for that bruisey.
Yes. You know where to find us, the radcast.com. Search for Sperry's. You'll find all of the podcast highlights from today. Natural Light. Any keyword will bring up these highlight clips. If you go to the search bar on the radcast.com, it is a good place to learn. If you want to learn more about key topics, guests, threads, or hot mustard sauces.
Skittles.
Hey.
Yeah.
Just the best info here on the Radcast, and our great sponsor, Vaycay.com, Vaycay.com. Roll off the pain, baby. I'm telling you, it works. For Chris Hansen, Sawyer Rice on the ones and twos, I'm Ryan Alford. We'll see you next time on the Radcast.
To listen or watch full episodes, visit us on the web at theradcast.com or follow us on social media at our Instagram account, the.rad.cast, or at Ryan Alford. Stay radical.